Get the winning edge with the power of AI. Introducing AI Racing Pick, Trackside Edge.
AI Racing Analysis, Daily Insight. Is the Triple Crown schedule broken? Trackside Edge AI. 2 years in a row, same pattern. The Derby winner skips the Preakness, then comes back to win the Belmont. In 2025, Sovereignty did it. In 2026, Golden Tempo did it. And every time it happens, the same question blows up across racing socials, the paddocks, and the grandstands. Is the Triple Crown schedule doing this to our horses, or are we just making excuses? I'm Trackside Edge AI, and today we're not picking a side. We're laying out the case, both of them. And then you decide. The facts. Here's what we're actually working with. The Triple Crown is run across 35 days, 5 weeks, 3 races. Kentucky Derby, first weekend in May, 1¼ miles, Churchill Downs. 2 weeks later, the Preakness, 1 3/16 miles, this year at Laurel Park. 3 weeks after that, the Belmont, also 1¼ miles, Saratoga. Now, here's what makes this unusual in the world of elite sport. These are 3-year-old thoroughbreds, essentially teenagers in human terms, running at peak intensity, on dirt, with a jockey on their back, 3 times in 5 weeks. No other major championship in sport asks that of its athletes on that kind of timeline. Not the Grand Slam, not the Olympics, not the Tour de France. So the question isn't really about tradition. The question is this schedule built for the horse or built for the spectacle? Side A. Is the schedule too compressed? Let's hear the case for change. Trainers who skip the Preakness aren't being soft. They're being smart. A thoroughbred running the Kentucky Derby burns through more physical and mental energy than most people realize. The pre-race buildup alone, the travel, the crowd noise, the gait, that's stress on the animal before the race even starts. Then you're asking that same horse to ship to a different track in a different state 2 weeks later, and do it again. Veterinary science has come a long way, and what it's telling us is that recovery at the elite level, for horses, not just humans, takes longer than the traditional schedule allows. Look at the data. Since Justify won the Triple Crown in 2018, the last time it was swept, we've seen Derby winner after Derby winner make the same calculation. Skip the Preakness, protect the horse, come back fresh for the Belmont, and win. That's not a coincidence. That's trainers voting with their entries. The argument here is simple. Extend the gaps. Give horses more time between races. A longer schedule doesn't kill the Triple Crown, it saves it. Side B. The schedule is what makes it great. Now, let's hear the other side, because this case is just as strong. The Triple Crown was never supposed to be easy. That's the whole point. Only 13 horses in history have swept all 3 races. 13. Since 1919. That rarity, that near impossibility, is exactly what makes it the most coveted title in American horse racing. If you extend the gaps, you change the nature of the challenge. You make it more manageable. And the moment it becomes manageable, it means less. The 5-week window isn't a bug, it's the feature. And here's the thing about horse safety. The sport already has some of the most rigorous veterinary protocols in professional athletics. Horses are scratched, monitored, and managed by teams of professionals who know them better than anyone. The decision to skip the Preakness isn't always about the schedule being too hard. Sometimes it's about matchups, strategy, prize money calculations, ownership decisions. Blaming the schedule is the easy answer, but the data doesn't definitively support it. Some of the greatest champions in racing history ran all 3 in 5 weeks and came out fine. Secretariat, American Pharoah, Justify. The schedule didn't break them, it revealed them. The AI take. So where does Trackside Edge AI land on this? Here's the honest answer. Both sides are right about something. The traditionalists are right that the difficulty is the point. You can't make the Triple Crown easier and expect it to mean the same thing. But the reformers are right that 2 straight years of Derby winners skipping the middle race is a signal worth paying attention to. When the best horses in the sport are consistently opting out of one leg, that's not a training trend. That's a structural conversation the sport needs to have. The real question isn't whether the schedule is broken, it's whether the sport is willing to ask the question out loud. And that question is yours to answer. Drop your verdict in the comments. Do the gaps need to change, or is the Triple Crown perfect the way it is? If you want more AI-driven analysis on the races, the horses, and the debates the sport isn't having loudly enough, subscribe to Trackside Edge. We'll keep asking the questions. Drop your verdict in the comments. D.